So guys, these are pro-Wike politicians from Rivers State celebrating the recent judgment that came from the Supreme Court. They were thinking that the judgment was in their favor, in restoring the defected 27 lawmakers that moved to the APC. Not until Falana made this shocking revelation. Take a look. Guys, you could hear these people boldly saying that they like Wike, na him they will follow, because they believe that Wike has a very strong influence over the judiciary. They believe that if this judgment had gone in their own favor, that it all came from Wike, meaning that Wike is the one that did the job on the ground. Can you imagine? And when people like Delefaro Timi talk about the criminal justice system in Nigeria, people want to crucify him, but you can see the level of corruption in this country. Nevertheless, this judgment wasn't in their favor, just that the Fubara's camp withdrew the appeal they made that has to do with the budget that was presented. But for the 27 lawmakers that defected to the APC, they remain vacant. I mean, their seats in the PDP remain vacant. Anyway, let me allow you to take a look at how Ugochinyere reacted to this. Take a look.
Happy today, all the appeals have been taken and judgment reserved in respect of the appeals. We won at the Court of Appeal, and the other side came on appeal to the Supreme Court. Luckily today, the 6 appeals were heard and judgment has been reserved. So we'll await the day of judgment. The date will be communicated to the parties, and then we'll all be here.
With respect to what happened this morning, as you are well aware, we filed an appeal against the judgment of the Court of Appeal in respect of the budget of the state. The budget has since expired. We are now talking of 2025 budget, but that appeal had to do with 2024 budget. Secondly, with respect to the defection, the legislators, it was after the judgment of the High Court, Nyesom Wike, and the Court of Appeal, that they defected. So the question of their defection is now pending before the Federal Court in Port Harcourt. So, and that is why we withdrew the appeal on the ground that it has been overtaken by events. All right? So it was our own. We withdrew the appeal, contrary to the misinformation that had been created in the minds of Nigerians. We withdrew the appeal, and that is the normal thing, to have it dismissed because we have joint issues.
So having withdrawn it, does it not mean that Amewule remains the speaker?
No. He has defected. After the judgment of the lower court, he has defected. And that is being challenged now in the Federal High Court.
When an appeal is dismissed, not on merit, but on the basis of a withdrawal by the appellant, the question of celebration doesn't arise. What happened in this case is that the governor of Rivers State instructed his lawyers to withdraw the appeal on the ground that it had become an academic exercise. In other words, the issues are no longer alive. And therefore, why do you want to waste the time of the court? It wasn't contrary to what a colleague was saying. The court did not determine who is a speaker or who is not a speaker. No, it didn't come up.
It wasn't before it.
No. What was decided at the lower court, at the High Court, Federal High Court, that led to the appeal had to do with the 2024 budget, the passage of the budget, 2024 budget,
Which has now been expanded with.
And this governor said, we have spent the money. We are now dealing with 2025 budget, which has been passed into law. So that's what happened today.
So why litigate on it when
Why was the time of
so
the court?
that was the basis.
That was what happened today.
So your colleague that spoke on behalf of the Amawule led House of Assembly misinterpreted the matter.
No, completely. No, I don't think he was interpreting the judgment. What happened today? And the basis of dismissal is this. Once you have joined issues, once the parties have filed their briefs, right, and you are now withdrawing, it will be dismissed, not struck out, so that you don't come back. That's all. The dismissal was not anchored on the merit of the appeal. No.
If not because of the high level of propaganda and lies being peddled, and it's very important that we keep our millions of supporters on the same page with us. And to start from the Supreme Court, it's very clear to state this categorically clear, very clear, that there is, and I repeat, there is no judgment from the Supreme Court that has affected the issue of the speakership of the Rivers State House of Assembly, ably led by Okejumbo. There is no case or judgment that have been lost by Governor Fubara at the Supreme Court. No case, and I want to repeat that very clear because of this misinformation, that there is no judgment from the Supreme Court that was lost by Governor Sim Fubara. There is no judgment that was lost by the Speaker of Rivers State House of Assembly, Okejumbo. There is no judgment anywhere from the Supreme Court that have touched on the issue of speakership of the Rivers State House of Assembly. And I repeat that again for those who didn't hear me clear. There is no judgment from the Supreme Court that was lost by Governor Fubara, and there is no judgment from the Supreme Court that affirmed the sacked pro-Wike lawmakers. And there is also no judgment that has affected the legitimacy of the speakership of Okejumbo. So in view of that, I want to read an extract from what was filed at the Supreme Court, for which the Supreme Court gave a statutory ruling this afternoon. As you people can remember, there was contention over where the budget of 2024 last year should be presented. That matter went to Supreme Court. But during the pendency of that matter, 2024 expired. The budget of 2024 fully passed, fully spent, and fully executed by the government of led by Governor Fubara. So the question you ask yourself, if 2024 have passed, if the budget of 2024 was passed, if the budget of 2024 was executed, why should we be in Supreme Court fighting over where we should present, or whether we should present or represent a 2024 budget? It's like going to court to say where 1982 budget should be presented. Presented for who? The money have been spent, it has been executed. So even if you say you want to present it to who? What is about income and expenditure? The income are people going to repay new taxes there? So because that budget have been well spent and well executed, and the massive project is all over there in Rivers, the Trans-Calabari Highway, and numerous projects, now there was no need to continue that case at the Supreme Court. So what the lawyers to Governor of Rivers State did was to withdraw the appeal, because there's nothing we're appealing against. 2024 is gone. 2025 have been passed. 2025 is what is being executed as we speak now. So it was a mere total academic case, and that is why they discontinued that process. And in that case, the court will normally strike it out. So where is the victory? But because, you know, I don't know why the pro-Wike group likes political masturbation so much. Maybe it helps them to relieve the pressure of the fact that they cannot dip their hand into the public purse of Rivers people. Now you don't go to town and say he won. He didn't win anything. Look at it here. Governor Fubara withdrew it, because there was no need appealing over where 2024 budget should be presented. It's like arguing over where 1999 budget should be presented. The taxes have been paid, the taxes have been spent. So to save the Supreme Court time, so that you don't go about, you know, litigating over somebody who is a matter that is dead, they withdrew it, and that is SC/CV 1071/2024. And let me read what was filed in court for you to understand that these people are just local propagandists. Now, between Governor of Rivers State and the sacked lawmakers. Now, notice of withdrawal of appeal pursuant to Order 11, Rule 14 of the Supreme Court Rule 2024 and under the inherent jurisdiction of this honorable court. Take notice that the appellant, which is Governor of Rivers State, herein intends and wholly, that is voluntarily, withdraws his appeal against all the respondents in this appeal. The appeal has been overtaken by invent, dated this 6th day of February 2025, filed by Professor Yusuf Ali, SAN, and Chief Chris Uche, Toyo Yotibo, and so on and so forth. And let me read it again. Take notice that the appellant herein intends and wholly withdraws his appeal against all the respondents in this appeal. The appeal has been overtaken by invent. Is it that they didn't go to school or whatever they take in FCT? Look at it. The appeal has been overtaken by invent. And what is this invent? The appeal is on 2024 budget where it should be presented. 2024 have expired. Revenue collected, revenue spent. And the man says, by the same Order 11 Rule 14 for the Supreme Court rules, why should we go and be wasting the time to discussing about a dead matter? Are we going to collect new taxes? Are we going to do new expenditures? The matter is dead, and that is why they withdrew the matter, and the matter was struck out. It is the procedure. So the information flying about it just to me is a local propaganda that maybe gives them a temporary relief of the fact that they find it difficult to live with the fact that the treasury of the people was not open to them to continue plundering as they used to do. So therefore, you say, oh, Supreme Court, who wins? And nobody won, nobody lost. It was a mere, sure, they are the one who lost because the matter is dead. 2024 have been collected and spent, despite all the noise they were making. And now we're in 2025. So there was nothing that warrants all this propaganda. So and that's why I want you media people to also have it. It was a voluntary withdrawal because it had been overtaken. And the reason was expect that here because the appeal have been overtaken by event, and the events that 2024 have expired. It is on that ground that the case was struck at, and that has ended the matter.
So guys, you can see what politics is turning out to become in Nigeria. You know, people are just after their stomach, and they feel they can just come from anywhere and hijack, you know, the judiciary, hijack the constitution, and do whatever they want. We all saw these lawmakers. They came out to declare their defection. They signed affidavits. They wrote a letter that they read out in their house, the so-called their own house. They read out this letter, which they all signed to. They signed affidavit. PDP even declared their seat vacant, and all of a sudden they want to return. And the Fubara's camp has been saying they are not supposed to return. Now they are trying to tell us that Wike has longer legs, you know, when it comes to the judiciary, that with Wike that they are not going to lose. Anyway, the court did not give any ruling as regards to the 27 lawmakers, whether their seats are vacant or not. The Supreme Court has not ruled on that. The Supreme Court only ruled on the budget appeal, and it was the lawyers to Fubara that withdrew that appeal, not because they were forced. So the judgment is still in favor of Fubara. The judgment is still in favor of the Rivers people. All we know is that these people defected. They are no longer members of the PDP, whether Wike likes it or not. Let's see how the Supreme Court will finally rule on this matter. And the question remains, why the delay when it comes to this matter? Why is the Supreme Court not making this thing fast so that Rivers State can experience peace? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell. Please give this video a like so that YouTube can recommend it to others, and let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you.